It's Mike Jones with DC 101, and we're getting ready for AEW Dynamite tomorrow night at Eagle Bank Arena and all the other shows coming up. You can see about tickets at awtix.com. And we have with us this morning Anthony Bowens, the five-tool player, the pride of pro wrestling. Anthony, thanks for joining us this morning, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, yes. I'm ready to go. We got a long day of media ahead, and I'm excited, and this is the first stop, so let's make it a good one.
Let's do it, man. Let's talk about, first off, it's 2026 now. You started in wrestling in 2016. This has been 10 years now?
I actually started in November of 2012.
Okay. Well, I saw that your first TV match was 2016. So I wanted to make sure to get that right.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that.
So I didn't know, because like when some bands say our anniversary is the release of the first album, I didn't know if that was your anniversary. So let's say almost 15 years now then.
Yes, let's say that.
Yeah. Does it feel like it's gone by lightning fast for 15 years? In some aspects, I'm sure there's been a lot of long days, like you were telling us, you had some travel issues and everything. But then on the other side, probably, boom, how has it been almost 15 years now?
It's been crazy. Wrestling in general is a lot of ups and downs, so that can kind of draw things out. But in general, it's flown by. There's so many stories that I look back on. I'm like, oh my God, that was 12 years ago. That was 10 years ago. And even just, signing with AEW, it's been almost, 6 years at this point? I've been in television for 6 years. That's crazy.
2020, right?
Yeah, in 2020.
Yeah, towards the end of 2020, which, that's wild you got with AEW in the middle of everything going on with the pandemic, too.
It's crazy.
Just to be brought in, and it was probably so closed off with everyone at that point. It's like, we're getting a job, all right, and I'm going to be traveling around and doing this and that and everything, and that had to be just mind-blowing for you. But now, 6 years later, you're one of the biggest stars in AEW. Yeah,
that was definitely an interesting time. I'm thankful to Tony that he was giving opportunities to a lot of the indie guys to keep money in their pockets during the pandemic, and fortunately, I came out with a job and were able to turn it into what we turned it into.
Yeah, into AEW being such a global, international company now, with stars coming from all over the world to join you and everyone. And they're going to be at Eagle Bank Arena tomorrow night for AEW Dynamite. Everyone can get tickets at awtix.com. Anthony, you're now the brand newest, just a couple days now, brand newest member of the Opps.
Yes.
You got Samoa Joe, Hook, Shibata, lot of potential with Joe just coming back, with you joining in. I mean, you have to feel really excited about this new opportunity in AEW, a new turn for your career.
Oh, yes. It's a badass crew of people, and I'm excited to learn from Shibata. I'm excited to learn from Samoa Joe. Hook needs to get in line a little bit because he seems like he's having a little bit of a issue with me over the last couple weeks. I don't know why, because he's one of my good friends, but that's something we'll figure out as we go. But I'm very excited for this. I've been kind of a little all over the place the last couple months trying to find my spot back on the programming, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be at Eagle Bank. I'm excited to be back in Fairfax and back on Dynamite.
Yes. To be with Samoa Joe, a multi-time AEW world champion. Joe has done everything around the world 3 times over at this point, at least. That has to make you feel really good to be in the Opps with him now.
Of course, because I want to accomplish it all. I dominated the tag team division, tag team champion, trios champion. I want to be TNT champion, continental champion, world champion. And Joe, like you said, multiple-time AEW world champion. So he's a guy that I'm going to look towards to give me that advice, to kind of guide me on that path straight to the top of singles division.
Absolutely.
To the top of AEW.
Yeah, and the other guys too, even though if you said there's a bit of work friction with Hook, you know what? Well, not everyone gets along at work, and that's okay.
We want success for the entire Opps, but, I gotta ascend the ladder myself. I gotta watch out for number one,
Now, what do you think is the first order of business for you guys? Because you were a trios champion at one point. Do you think it might be that? Could it be tag team gold? Maybe singles? I don't know. Or do you have your eyes set on anything just yet?
We'll see. We got it's a whole brand new venture, so we got to figure out where I fit into everything. We got to figure out our dynamics between each other, what our roles are. It's a whole new look for the Opps. So I'm going to take things week by week and see where things go.
Because I think, with the new trios champions, with Orange, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, that could be a lot of fun with 3 of you guys going head-to-head against them.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
I got to talk to Joe this week. I can't really put any definitive answers on anything. Again, it's going to be a week-to-week thing, and then I'm pretty excited to see where things go.
Well, the new chapter is beginning tomorrow night at Eagle Bank Arena for AEW Dynamite, and tickets are available right now, awtix.com. One of the best things about wrestling, Anthony, is just the wildest, silliest, craziest things can catch on and just take off at any point. Case in point with you, Scissor Me Daddy.
Yes.
I mean, people were bringing cardboard scissors. You're running around the ring with giant scissors. You, Max Caster, Billy Gunn. You had to love that so much. Like, you guys just looked like you were having the best time with all of that when I saw that going on.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why everyone kind of related to us was that we went out and you could tell that we were having fun. We weren't pretending. We weren't trying to be anything but ourselves. And actually, it was in the area. We were in Washington, D.C. when we did National Scissoring Day, which was one of the most fun nights of my life. Because we were like, I don't know how people are going to react to this. Like, we knew people loved what we were doing, but to have a whole 12, 15-minute segment with a podium in the middle of the ring just doing our version of like a political rally trying to unite people via scissoring was definitely an interesting concept, but people loved it. It was incredible.
And to try to be like... You're trying your best not to crack up during that part, too.
Oh, no, I laugh.
Yeah, I mean, like...
There's plenty of times where you'll see me just blatantly laugh in the ring just because you have to, because what we're doing is, yes, it's very serious when we're wrestling, but we're outside of that space and we're just trying to connect with the people. You got to have fun, and sometimes they make you laugh. Sometimes scenarios make you laugh. Caster is, off the cuff on some of the things that he does, so he makes you laugh, and Billy, too, is funny. So we had a really good time together, and yeah, great memories.
Yeah, and just like I said, ridiculous that something like that takes off, and people probably come. How many times do you get it every day doing that?
Every day.
Every day.
I swear.
I get people calling me Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Every single day of my life. It will never stop. But hey, you had a good run with that. You probably sold a few T-shirts with that, too.
Oh, lots of T-shirts.
Made a couple dollars on that. Probably paid for your house with Scissor Me Daddy.
Yes, just talking about that before.
Right.
So thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And you'll see Anthony and all the AEW stars tomorrow night, Eagle Bank Arena. Want to remind everyone, tickets are available for Dynamite and all the other shows coming up because we have Double or Nothing coming up. We've got so many things on the horizon. AEWTix.com. Changes come, Anthony, to AEW. Darby Allin's the new champion. Mm-hmm. He had a war last week with Tommaso Ciampa. He's facing Brody King tomorrow night at Dynamite at Eagle Bank Arena. And then MJF is staying in the mix there, trying to get back to the championship. What do you think of Darby so far as the champion? Like, I thought that was time for him to get that belt.
I love Darby. He's an AEW original. He's a guy who gives his body up for the company and the business. He climbed to Mount Everest and put a flag on top of there. I think he deserves an opportunity to prove that he's a world champion. He hasn't come across the new and improved Pride of Professional Wrestling yet. I don't care who he's faced before. He ain't ever faced me in this current version of me that I'm building on. So congratulations, Darby, but expect to get your ass kicked if you get in the ring with me.
All right. I like that. I like that a lot. Who, besides Darby, who else do you like getting in the ring with? Because at this point, Anthony, 6 years, you've been in the ring with everyone many, many times over in AEW. Who are some of your favorites to throw it down with?
Well, funny enough, I haven't. Because I've been in the tag team division for a very long time. There's plenty of people that I still even haven't touched yet in terms of matches. I haven't wrestled Kenny.
Really?
Ospreay,
okay.
We've had very little interaction. Christian Cage, Adam Copeland. That's just off the top of my head. I can probably run down a whole list of people that I've never even been in the ring with that I would love to fight. But in terms of people that I have been, Acclaimed and FTR matches are pretty goated. I love wrestling those guys. I love my match with Danielson. I have to think of a couple more.
I put you kind of on the spot, too.
I have so many different matches.
Yeah.
We've actually, when we were tag champions, it was a quick little storyline, but against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, those were two of my favorite matches that I've had in the company because the crowd was so good and so loud for both of those in the same week. It was in Seattle and it was in Portland. They were such great bad guys that it made our job so much easier. Sometimes with certain crowds, you got to work extra hard to get them behind you. We didn't have to do anything because they hated them so much and they loved us so much, and the energy was just like palpable.
When you get in the ring with a guy like Jeff Jarrett, who's been around, forever, since before, before you even born? Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
you learn a lot from him in those couple matches, don't you?
Absolutely. And I love that he's open-minded to anything. It's like, hey, what do you want to do? I'm like, me? I'm like, I'm trying to learn from you.
Yeah.
So it's a very collaborative thing there. So I loved wrestling Jeff. He was always down for everything. Always, he obviously understands the business and knows how to make money, knows how to make things interesting, knows how to get heat. He makes your job and life in the ring a breeze.
Yeah, that's very cool, man. I just, to see him still doing it like he does at his age too, and he looks great doing it. Mm-hmm. I have to ask you about a day that I saw you had not too long ago. It was baseball in the morning, a video shoot in the midday, an AEW Revolution show later in the afternoon, then Elton John's Oscar party that night. That is one hell of a 24 hours.
Oh, yes.
You got to tell us about that day.
It was a long one.
Yeah, of course.
That is part of what being the pride of professional wrestling is. It's not just because of my sexuality. It's a clever play on words, but like it's legit. I do everything for this company. I do everything for this business. I know baseball might not be a part of it. That's a personal passion, but like I make sure that I manage everything to make sure I fly the AEW flag as much as I can. So I woke up very early. I play baseball in LA on Sundays in a very competitive Sunday league with a bunch of ex-pro players and college players. Won our game there, hopped in the car, drove straight to the shoot for Warner Brothers. After the shoot, went to Revolution, wrestled at Revolution, went from Revolution, drove home real quick, showered, popped on my suit, went to Elton John's Oscar after party, and then, did my AEW flag waving on the red carpet and throughout the entire event.
That's awesome, man. That's one hell of a day. And when you're given those opportunities with AEW, it's probably like, yeah, I'm going to say yes to everything because that's my chance to represent the company, to represent me, and really get out there. And Elton John's Oscar party, that's a whole new audience for fans that could be tuning into AEW to see Anthony Bowens and everyone else then.
Absolutely. It's a lot of boots on the ground type work because I do a lot of these. I was just at the the movie premiere this past Monday. It's a lot of boots on the ground of, hey, you're a wrestler? Do you work for the other company? No. This is AEW. I work for, it's called All Elite Wrestling. We're on HBO Max. We're on TNT. We're on TBS. Let me tell you a little bit about it. And whether they watch it or not, I don't know. If I get one out of every 20 people, that's great because it's one other person watching the product and I'm doing my job. So I always was taught and told that in order to be a world champion, in order to be a superstar, you need to be a guy that not only can wrestle, you can talk, but also you can go out and represent the company. I do these media days. I do these red carpet events. I do influencing. I'm in Major League Baseball, modeling. Like, I do everything. So that's the purpose of this character, and I'm trying to get that across on the television show. But that's really what it is, and that's what I love to do. It's always what I aspire to be, and it's really cool that I get to be, a face of the company like this. And
your chance, too, to show people I'm not just a guy with, 10 abs that can throw suplexes around. I can do this and this and this, and you never know when you get a role on a TV show, and maybe that leads to Darby coming on that TV show, too, with you guys, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That could always happen.
Well, I'm trying to open up doors for as many people as possible.
Yeah. You said the Michael Jackson premiere, Elton John's after party. I mean, those are two really big things. What are some of your favorites that you've gotten to do because of wrestling?
I'm a big Last of Us fan. It's my favorite video game of all time, and I love that they turned it into a TV show. So I was able to go to the season premiere last year and meet the cast, and it was just. I also was able to bring one of my best friends. He just had brain surgery, or is still recuperating from it and such, and he's scared to fly, but. That's a passion that we share together, and I was able to take him to his first carpet, his first event. He took a train from New Jersey to California for it. I was very proud of him. So it was a very special night for us because, one, he pushed himself past his comfort zone. I got to see him in California, and we both got to experience a really cool night together. We got to meet literally everybody except for Pedro, which
That's
was
cool,
really
though.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe now you guys do a lot with HBO. Yeah, maybe this guy could be
love some more crossover. Put me in Last of Us. I'd love to be a zombie.
I wouldn't
or something.
mind being a zombie, being like victim number 4, whatever.
I'll do it.
I'd do that in a second. In fact, I saw, and I wish I had time to go. Dexter was looking for victims, and I was like, I could do that. I could lay in the ground like. Last question for you, Anthony. Do you do you remember when you picked your finisher? Do you remember how that happened? Because you have the smash punch right now, the big mollywop, also the twisting side slam, the arrival. I think those are both very different moves, very cool for you. Do you remember how you came across those? Because I've always been interested. How do guys and girls pick their final move?
So as far as the arrival goes, which Max and I used to call the special side slam, because it's just such a weird, quirky move.
Yeah.
I look at what's going on around me and I go, what can I be different at? Everybody does these springboard cutters. Everybody does these things. How can I be different? What's something I could do that's unique? So my entire moveset outside of a handful of things are all moves that nobody else on the roster does, from my leaping famouser to the twisting inverted, I have to find a name for it, the DDT.
Yeah.
There's one that I come off the ropes. I can't even describe it. You have to see it visually. So the arrival was something where I was like, I was a big fan, or my first action figure that I used to pretend was me was a Rocky Maivia figure, and obviously his move was the rock bottom. So I wanted to get a variation of that, and I can't remember how I particularly came up with it, but I went, ooh, maybe if I tried this. But that move is tough to do with guys who are like 250, 260 pounds.
That move looks tough to do to any guy. It doesn't matter who it is. That thing is a wild piece of business.
For the most part, I can get most people up, but a good finisher is something you can do on anybody at any time. So I wanted a strike move. So I came up with I always do a really good rolling elbow. So I figured, why not use that? I can hit it on anybody at any time. I could spring it on anybody. And the name itself came from a friend of mine in high school who he would walk up to people or behind people and he would smash his hand, and like in a roundabout way, you can't see it because it's radio, and he would smash you on the top of the head and he would go mollywop. And he would just walk up to people, you heard mollywop in the hallway, and somebody would get their head smashed, and I would always laugh, and I went, oh, I wonder what that means. And I looked it up. There's a couple meanings, don't look it up, but one of them is just getting hit really hard in the face. So I went, oh, I do that anyway. So this is a perfect name.
That works.
Yeah.
Did you text with him after you named it when it was on TV?
No, I actually haven't seen Kyle in forever. I know he's still in my, I think he works for the town back, my hometown back in New Jersey. So when I see him, I will tell him, but I do have to thank him for the inspiration.
Take him out to dinner or something. Well, Anthony Bowens, we have the whole new chapter for you now with the Opps, with Samoa Joe and Hook, and doing that now. The 5-tool player, you're going to see him and everyone with AEW Dynamite tomorrow night at Eagle Bank Arena. And I had a list of the. Here we go. So. You'll be there with the Opps. We have Darby Allin and Brody King for the AEW Championship, Kevin Knight and MJF for the TNT Championship. The Women's World Tag titles are on the line. I mean, it's going to be a championship night at Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax, and everyone can get their tickets for the show tomorrow night, and Double or Nothing's coming up, and everything else down the road, AEWTix.com. Anthony, this was a lot of fun this morning. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. If you want to know more about me, head to my socials, which is @Bowens_official, and don't forget, if you can't make it out to Eagle Bank Arena tomorrow night, we are live on HBO Max and also on TBS.
And also, Last of Us, get this guy on. Let's do it.